administration office and the student services office. Student services is where you go to get your classes checked and to talk with your counselor about possible college opportunities. And the main office is where your parents go if they need to pick you up or they drop something off. This is the attendance office. If you're late to school or need to leave school early, this is where you come to get your pass.
This is your freshman year and you shouldn't take classes that overwhelm your schedule.
So behind me are the band and chorus rooms, and to the left of me is the auditorium where musicals and lectures take place. To my right is the Career Center where you can talk to Ms. Roth about possible college opportunities and job opportunities. Is the Publications Lab. This is where our school newspaper, yearbook, and magazine are all written. This is the math hallway. At the end of this hallway is a set of stairs that most people don't find out about until later in their freshman year. So helpful hint, this set of stairs leads to the cafeteria.
Always start your freshman year off starting with the sport. You meet new friends and it helps you get involved with school activities.
So right behind me is the science hallway, and this is the main staircase. During class changes, this is probably the busiest intersection. So just a small tip, when class changes are occurring, get to your classes as soon as possible and don't block the hallways. To my left is the hallway that you will take to get to the cafeteria. Let's go. This is the security office. One major tip is don't end up in here, but if you ever do need help, these are the guys to talk to. And then over here is the cafeteria. This is where you eat breakfast and lunch. Inside are vending machines filled with food and drinks. There are 4 lunch lines and a snack line. After lunch, some of you may go back into the school, but others may go out into the trailers. Annandale has a ton of trailers filled with Spanish, French, and other elective classes.
Quick tip, if you're not interested in sports or if you want to do other extracurriculars, there's also great clubs and extracurricular activities such as the A-Blats and Key Club.
Behind me is the upstairs gym. This is one of the many gyms you will go into to take your PE classes. Freshman year can be overwhelming. Make sure to control your time management and keep organized in order to stay on top. Main gym. Everybody that takes gym has to wear a mandatory red and white gym uniform. To my right is the boys' locker room. This is where boys change out into their gym uniforms. And to my left is the girls' locker room. Well, this is the tour of Annandale High School. Oh, by the way, this is the jock lobby. This is where athletes hang out before and after practices and before games. Concessions are over there. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed your tour, and we'll see you later.
Make sure your name's on your work, pass them up to the front. People in the front row, organize them so they're all, where's your homework? You need to do your homework. This is the 8th time in a row, son. Do you understand? If you don't do your homework, you're not going to be very successful. I'll see you after school in detention.
Number 1, come see your counselor if you have any questions, problems, or concerns or issues that you need addressed.
Habit number 2, don't be late for the party. Show up to class on time.
What is the last name, first of all?
Habit number 3, now skip. If you do, I will find you. What? Habit number 4, do sports and extracurricular activities.
Habit number 5, don't sleep in class.
In that scene, you saw our good friend Smarty making a poor decision to sit in the back of the classroom. And in that case, he had 3 tall gentlemen right over there sitting in front of him. And he had trouble seeing, in which case he eventually gave up and put his head down to go to sleep. Therefore, he could not learn. So, don't sit in the back, sit in the front.
So in that scene, you guys saw that our good friend Abel tried to do 2 things at once: socialize and try to get to class on time. It obviously didn't work. So get to class on time.
Don't ever be like really timid or scared to talk to your counselors, because they will always give you really good advice. That's what they're for.
Number 1, don't procrastinate. Suggestion number 2, keep your grades up.
Hey rising ninth graders, your future Adam's now on the path to freshman year. Not only do you want to be an atomic Adam, you want to be an outstanding Adam. And here are some ways to do so. Some things that should become habits are like visiting your counselor. That is your aide of the school. Helps you through anything. Talks about your grades and everything. See how you are. It is focused on you. Secondly, establish a balanced schedule. Figure out when you're going to sleep and figure out when you're going to work. When you mix those 2 together, it may seem timely, but you never know, because you may overload yourself and not get enough sleep the next day. Third, always stay on task. If you're not on task, you're not on track. There's simple distractions every day about cell phones and about friends. Fourth, don't procrastinate. The more you hold off on things, the more likely you're to forget. If you forget, you'll end up messed up the next day. So just do it. Here are some suggestions on what to do and what not to do in Annandale. Suggestion number 1, don't lose yourself. Just because we're in a new building and we're in high school doesn't mean you have to change for anybody. You lose yourself, you lose your friends. 2, don't cheat or get caught up in mess like that. If you cheat, admins are most likely called and referrals are most likely given out. I just recommend not doing it, because if you cheat, it's a whole nother ballgame. Consequences are much bigger. Lastly, my 3rd suggestion is to get involved. The more you're into your school, the more atomic spirit you'll have. Just get involved in clubs or sports like cheerleading, track, or football. You'll have a blast.